Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Authentic Live, Authentic Energy Live. This is Jean here, coming to you live straight from Vancouver. So I'm here live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm so glad my camera's working today. Yes, actually, after last Wednesday, I spent about quite a few hours with my husband's help to fix the camera setup. And I'm so glad that the technical difficulty is no longer here. So let me know where is everybody tuning in from. And you can just drop it in the comment if you're watching live or if you're watching replay. Okay, so today we are busting myths. We're debunking fat loss myths. Okay, so I mean, if I have to really list down all the myths, I can go on and on. There could be like dozens and dozens of fat loss myths that I would like to debunk. Okay, so if you guys like today's content, before I get into it, let me know if you want me to do a part two or part three. But I basically want to share, I want to talk about these five biggest fat loss myths that I still see people practice. I still see people talking to me about it. And I'm just really sick and tired of hearing, hearing these things. And then I really do want to share with everyone here that these things are myths and they don't work. And I'm just gonna break it down very quickly for you guys. And for those of you who are on your healthy weight management, healthy fat loss journey, right? Because we are a body confident, body positive platform here, so I do want everyone to get the right information, right? That's backed by science and backed by ancient wisdom, right? Instead of following misleading information and the myths out there, right? To work on your body health and body wellness along the way, right? So the five biggest, let's just jump straight into it. And of course, let me know in the comments when I go through these myths if you've done them before. And I'll tell you what, I've made a lot of mistakes in the past, and I pretty much have done a lot of these myths, right? And a lot of other myths that I'm not mentioning here today. So you learn from your mistakes, right? And I feel that it's my responsibility to really just put it out there so that more of you guys will know about it and you can actually be on the right path and do the right thing for your body. Okay, so let's get ready. You can also grab a pen and paper or just take mental notes, right? The first myth, the first fat loss myth is that weight loss means fat loss. Okay, but weight loss doesn't mean fat loss. If you have lost weight, it doesn't mean that you've lost fat. Why is that? So, what is weight loss? Can you guys see this? Okay. What is weight loss? Weight loss, we're just talking about, a general drop in your overall body mass. Okay. So that actually includes a drop in your water, your muscle, also includes body fat, possibly, and also, bone density and many other things, right? So when we are talking about weight loss, we're only referring to the overall, the whole thing drop. Okay, right. Whereas fat loss is actually referring to specifically just the body fat, okay, the body fat mass, that there's a reduction in that, right? So, how can you tell? The best way, right? The best way to tell if you lost body fat or body mass, okay, is by using a composition scan or body fat, scanner or a caliper, right? If you're working with a coach, I know these days, there are coaches that still use caliper, which is like a little clip that clips the body fat, right? I used to use it, but I really hate it because it requires you to take off your clothes, right? And there's a certain spots to pinch, right? So it's a pincher, but I highly recommend that you go and find a place to do your body composition scan. So the body composition scan will actually tell you what is the percentage of your body fat mass, and that is, like I'll say the most popular and one of the best and readily available ways to tell if there are changes in your body fat, okay, versus body weight. Now, if you see a drop in the scale, right? When it says that your body weight has changed, right? Don't think that's body fat immediately, because very often, especially if you have seen a change in the scale very like after only one night, overnight, or after only a couple of days, right? Very often, I'll tell you what, that is your water weight. That is your water weight loss. Okay. So it's very easy to lose water weight if you do like, if you're in a sauna, if you're in hot yoga, if you have sweat a lot, right? You do lots of cardio, you sweat a bunch, and then you go on the scale, right? The next day or the night, on that night, you're like, oh my God, I'm a lot lighter all of a sudden, right? So this is where you have to actually stay calm and know and be aware that this is simply the water weight, right? And a lot of times you could be consuming a lot of high salt, high sodium food, and that can actually help your body, and not in a good way. That actually makes your body retain water, so you become a bit heavier because of the water retention, or maybe hormonal changes. These are the things I've talked about in my one of the previous videos, right? So you can go back and watch, like the specific details. So a lot of times our body actually retains a lot of water. And when you go into a new, let's say, a program, you notice that suddenly the first week your body starts dropping weight so rapidly. Uh, I'll tell you what, realistically you're losing water weight. Okay, so just water weight. And sometimes some of my students, they may have like digestion issues, constipation issues, different gut health issues. The first week, they're basically cleansing whatever that's actually inside their system. Some people probably don't go to toilet as much, so there is a lot of like waste and toxin that's being accumulated inside the body. And when they go on like a sort of like a detox or cleanse, routine, they're getting rid of the waste in the body. And that's when they see a sudden drop. Okay. So that sudden drop is actually due to the water weight drop and also maybe elimination of waste. It is not because of fat loss. Okay. Right. So the first thing is, weight loss doesn't equate to fat loss. Okay. If you want to lose fat, if it's only fat loss, you have to really like work with a coach, and really work on your daily nutrition, and also work on what type of exercises that are suitable for you. Okay, so these are things that I have to be very clear of. I'm so glad I get it all on my chest. I get it out, and just voice it out, because a lot of people keep talking about, fat loss as if. I mean, weight loss as if they referring to fat loss, or when they come to me and when I ask them like, what is your goal? Do you want to reduce body fat, or do you want to reduce overweight and things like that? They're like, oh yeah, fat loss. I want to lose weight. Yeah, I want to lose fat, right? Like they think it's the same, but weight loss is not the same as fat loss. Okay, so this is the first myth. And let me know in the comment if anyone has thought of that before. You thought that fat loss is the same as weight loss, right? Hi, we have how do I say your name? Mashidiso? Is that Mashidiso? You're in South Africa. You want to sell Herbalife? How to join my team? Okay, you can shoot an email to my team, which is nutrition@authenticenergy.co, or you can actually DM me on my Instagram, which is authentic energy. Just look for authentic energy on Instagram and you can DM me about it. Okay, right. Yeah, thank you for the question. Now, myth number two. So everyone got that? The first myth. Myth number two. Oh, I love this one. You can just avoid carbs, just ditch carbs, and that will help you lose a ton of body fat. Okay, ditching carbs. We still hear about this, every day, right? Just go on a low carb or no carb diet, right? I'm cutting out carbs because I'm on the, whatever, how many day, challenge or fast or whatever, right? How often do you hear about it? And also, I want to know how many of you guys have been practicing this or you've done it in the past. I have. It didn't last long because your body needs the energy, needs the fuel from carbs. Now, I do want to mention that carbohydrate is one of the three main main macronutrient groups. Okay, let me break it down into more simple language. Macronutrient meaning the big nutrition our body needs, right? I actually have mentioned this in one of my previous videos. Your body, everyone's body needs the three big food groups. Okay, we call them the macronutrients, the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fats, the healthy fats. These three things, we just cannot ditch any of them. If anyone comes over and tell me that, hey, I have this amazing diet that eliminates any one of these main food groups, that's a red flag for me. That's like, for me at least, okay? Maybe if you talk to another coach from a different school of thought, they may disagree. They might tell you that it's fine. You can eliminate one of the big food groups. But here, like, I am a big advocate of balanced nutrition. So if you eliminate completely any one of these food groups, if you eliminate carbs, and you're only taking in healthy fats and, oh, I don't mean that, healthy fats and protein, then your body is actually not getting in enough nutrients. You're missing out a lot of nutrients from the carbohydrate group. Okay, and also at the same time, a lot of times when people are referring to cutting out entire carbohydrate food groups, we're not just talking about like cutting out bread and rice and cereal and pasta and things like that, right? The things that you think of when it comes to carbohydrate right away. But a lot of times they actually cutting out fruits, vegetables, sometimes fruits, and also whole grains, right? And one of the most amazing things you can get from eating fruits and also whole grains is actually the fiber. Okay, your body actually needs fiber, and those of you who are working with me, you know that when you introduce, the adequate amount of fiber your body needs, it actually helps you, it helps your body lose fat quite fast. Okay, like it's a great, like, fiber is a great essential ingredient that your body needs. Okay, you just cannot live without that, right? So anyways, I just want to stress that, I do want to mention to you guys that the studies have shown that those people who eliminate the entire carb group, they say that they got the result, right? Of course, they're eating less calories. um but they actually get the same result as those people that actually cut out junk food. Okay, so junk food, I'm referring to like highly processed carbs. Okay, so there's a difference between cutting out or avoiding, carbs versus avoiding, limiting highly processed carbs. So highly processed carbs are usually what people call junk food. So there are things like cookies, chips, white bread, right? A lot of white bread, or like certain, potato dishes, right? Okay, potato dish are not really junk food, but potatoes with lots of other added ingredients can become quite unhealthy for the body, right? So I'm just giving some examples out there. So those people that cut out highly processed carbs actually get the same results, right, as those people that cut out the entire carb group. Okay, so the bottom line is, over here, like, if you're working with me and if you like my coaching style, you need every single food group. You need all your macronutrients. You need the right balance of all the food. And when it comes to making changes to your diet, okay, to your nutrition, to your eating habits, you have to actually understand. This is where I highly recommend you working with a coach, right, to know what your body needs, and also for you to get that, at least the basic understanding and the basic nutrition foundation knowledge and skills to know, which nutrients your body need. And when it comes to making changes to help you with your goal, how do you adjust? Okay, how do you adjust the quantities and the portion, right? So we're not talking about, like, eliminating something altogether. Okay, so remember this: avoiding carbs are not gonna help. Okay, avoiding carbs is not gonna help you slim down or like lose fat. Okay, this is a myth, debunked. Now, the next one, the third one is, oh, I love this one too. Okay, I've mentioned this in one of my videos before. Just eating fat burning foods can help you burn fat, can help you lose fat. Okay, simply by drinking the fat burning tea or taking some fat burning pills that can just help me zap the fat, and the job is done. No, this is BS. This is bullshit. Okay. So if you have seen my metabolism boosting video, you know that I've actually also talked about fat burning food in that video, right? And fat burning foods are not like something that doesn't work, but I do have to explain to you guys, what are fat burning foods, right? So fat burning foods a lot of times are referred to as thermogenic foods. Okay, so there's certain foods out of all the foods in the world that actually require extra calories when they're getting digested, when they're getting absorbed by your body. So not every food, gets digested the same. Some foods, somehow when your body is digesting them, eating them, they actually, make your body burn slightly more extra calories. That's what I have to say, slightly more extra calories than other foods. Right. So very often I'll give you some typical examples, right? Like chili peppers, what else? Coffee, green tea, ginger, turmerics, right? There's quite a lot of them, right? So these kind of food that actually, when they're ingested in your body actually requires more calories to digest and absorb them. Right. So in a way, your body burns a bit more calories, right, when you're eating them. However, right, this kind of like calorie increase, right, the bump in the calorie burning is only temporary. Okay. Unless you're eating these things all day long, but that's not realistic, right? So this is temporary. And so I mentioned about this in my metabolism boosting video, right? Eating fat burning food, eating the thermogenic food is like the least important thing when it comes to boosting your metabolism, right? The most important thing that you do have to focus on, right? When it comes to fat burning is actually your nutrition habits, right? And how are you putting nutrition into your body, and also the exercise. And again, it goes back to my 80-20. 80% comes down to your nutrition and 20% is your exercise, your fitness, right? So it's not about just eating the fat burning foods all day. And if anyone tells you that you just have to take this fat burning tea or whatever name they give it, usually it's like fat burning something, right? And you don't need to do anything else. You'll find yourself losing fat like crazy. That is BS. Okay, that's what I want to tell you. And I know that a lot of you guys have the question for me now about like certain so-called fat burning products from Herbalife, and how do they come into this picture, right? So as I mentioned in my metabolism video, these fat burning, like these products that have like the so-called fat burning effects, they're good enhancers. Okay, use them as good boosters on top of your nutrition foundation. You have to have your nutrition foundation right first. Okay. Are you taking your breakfast 1 2 3? Okay. Are you following a different meal plan? Have you changed the way you eat? Right. Have you done these foundations first? Okay. So if you're working with me on your body confidence and also on your nutrition, you know that I'm always big on building that foundation right, getting your daily nutrition right, and also getting the right balanced nutrition into your body first, and then we can look at introducing enhancers, right? So things like total control or the herbal tea. I mean, herbal tea has so many benefits, right? Like a lot of people only look at herbal tea as like a tea that helps them burn fat, and I've actually debunked this in one of my videos from last year. You can go and find it about fat burning tea, herbal life herbal tea, right, where I talk about how they exactly help you burn it. How does it exactly help your body burn extra calories, and how does it help you, lose body fat? But in conjunction, not just by itself, but in conjunction with, getting the right nutrition to your body, in conjunction with having, a, balanced protein, balanced breakfast. Right. So this is something I want to, really stress. Okay. Don't go out there and buy into the marketing of all these different products saying that they will help you zap the fat. Okay. They will help you lose fat, or even certain cream that claims, to help you burn body fat. That is BS. Okay. Your body or metabolism or something like that, right? Your metabolism relies on your body muscle mass, and also your resting metabolism, which I talk about in my video. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. And And also, at the end of the day, really comes down to your eating habits and also what nutrition you're feeding to your body. Okay, 80-20, don't forget that. Not just about relying on the thermogenic food. Okay, so that's a third myth. Now, the fourth myth, oh yeah, I love this one. You're like, you love all of them. Yeah, these five top, this top five myths are my favorite. That's why I have to talk about them first. Okay, you can spot reduce. Okay, what does it mean? A lot of people think that you can just target a body region, target a body part, and just reduce the fat there. For example, a lot of us don't like our belly. We think our bellies look like muffin top. We want to have like flat abs and six-pack abs, right? So we think that, okay, I'm just gonna follow this workout, which is targeting the tummy for like 21 days or like 2 weeks. And then my tummy is gonna miraculously look slimmer and flat. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Okay, if you're okay, that's not gonna happen. Okay, firstly, there's no such a thing as spot reduction. You cannot target a certain body part and expect that you lose fat there. Okay, it's not possible. I really have to stress that because in year 2022, a lot of people still believe that you can spot reduce. Okay, however, you can actually target muscles to strengthen. Okay, so but it doesn't mean that you're actually reducing your burning fat in that a specific area. Okay, your body fat burning is determined by your overall fitness, by the progress in your overall fitness, right? So you lose body fat, entirely, like holistically. That's the way I see it. Your body fat can be broken down from anywhere in your body, right? It's not necessarily that if you're doing a lot of like bicep curls or if you're doing a lot of sit-ups and crunches, then all your body fat from that area is going to be gone. Okay, when you are actually exercising, when you're actually changing your nutrition, your body fat will be burned, your body fat will be lost from, pretty much, your whole body. So when you're losing body fat, okay, you're losing fat overall. Okay, overall, not just from one particular body part. So a lot of you may notice that, when you have actually reduced your body fat, you notice that, yes, your tummy is a little bit slimmer, it's a bit flatter, but also at the same time, you'll find that, other parts of your body, for example, arms or legs or thighs, for example, they're also smaller as well. Okay, so this is something that you will notice. It's not just the tummy. So stop dreaming, stop thinking that you just need to lose weight from one particular body part. When you're working on fat loss, right, you're actually working on overall fat reduction. Okay, and also I do have to mention that if you're doing strength training, right, you can actually say, okay, I'll give you this example, right? So what about those workouts that are targeting your abdominal region, right? So what happens is, why is it that sometimes you feel like slimmer or like toned? That is because you're working the muscles. Okay, you're working the muscles, so you're basically strengthening them, you're shortening the muscle fibers, so in a way the muscles get toned, right? They get strengthened and toned, and which in a way does make you feel tighter, right? So if you're always working on your abs, right, but if you don't do anything else, your muscles do get toned and strengthened there, which in a way make you feel a little bit harder and tighter in that area, and that can give you a kind of like a false impression that, oh my god, I'm slimmer. Okay, I've slimmed down and it looks it looks or it feels a bit better, right? But the thing is, you still have that layer of fat on top of it that you have not done anything to target. Okay, so you may have burn some calories in the process of doing the exercises and things like that, but you do have to really work on your nutrition to really like to really how should I say it, do it holistically, right? Fat loss is not just about doing that whatever miracle 3 workouts, that's all you need for like 5 days or 10 days. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work like that. It's all marketing, trust me. When people say just do this workout or do this 5 workout to flatten your tummy for like how many days, that's not true. Okay, it doesn't work. So it's a myth I want to debunk. All right, and just remember this, bottom line is your body fat burn is based on your overall fitness. Okay, it is not based on a small muscle fatigue, right? So if you feel very tired and fatigued in your abdominal muscles due to the exercises, you think that you're burning the fat because it feels like burning, right? It's only muscle fatigue. Okay, you're not actually burning, you're not actually losing the body fat. Okay, now lastly, how we are doing, right? Any more questions coming? We got Teo. Hello, Teo. Where are you tuning from? Let me know where you're tuning from. Hope everyone's learning something here today and taking a ton of notes. Okay, let me know if you want me to like keep debunking more myths in next week episode or coming up. Right. The final myth is more exercise the better. Okay, how many of you have done this in the past that you think the more intense your exercise is, the more quantity, the more amount of exercise you do, the more calories you burn, right? The better result it is. Many times we are taught that the more is better, right? You know, and also the more exercise we do, the more disciplined we become, right? And it's not necessarily the case. Okay, this is actually BS. Okay, think about this. The more you do exercise, if you instead of say just doing 45 minutes, 30 minutes or an hour max a day, when it comes to exercise, you decide to basically dedicate every resting hour, every spare hour of yours into some kind of exercise. So you end up with, let's say, 3 4 hours of exercise a day. If you're not a professional athlete with a team of nutritionists and therapists and sports therapists to actually help you recover, then you are actually gonna tire yourself out. You're only gonna break down your body. Okay, so this is something I have to stress, and also this is a mistake I've actually made in the past. Like in the past, I remember during my most crazy times, I think it was 2014, 15. Those 2 years, I was so crazy when it comes to exercise. I was a member with 3 different gyms. So I would go in the morning before I went to work. Mind you, I had a desk job at the time. I had a full-time desk job. I would go for like an hour in the morning. I think that was CrossFit. Okay. And then in lunchtime, I would go to the gym, another gym, to do like an hour and a bit, like of different like high intensity workout. And then after work in the evening, I'll go back to the gym and do like, I don't know, kickboxing, you name it, right? So I was so busy going in and out of gym, taking showers, and by the time I got home, I hardly had any time to like really rest. And I would actually spend a lot of time, basically just, busy, on the go and, working out, because I had a fear that if I'm slacking, if I'm not doing enough exercise, my body will get fat. Okay. So I bought into the mindset that, if I stop moving, then I'll get fat. Okay. Let me know if you have been there, if like are obsessed with working out. Now you're like, okay, now a lot of you are probably asking me, so what? If I don't do my exercise, then how am I gonna lose my body fat? Okay, so firstly, I mentioned that if you do too much exercise, if you're not a professional athlete, okay, and if you don't have the right amount of rest, if you don't have adequate rest and recovery, and also if you don't replenish and recover your body with nutrition, you're only breaking down your body with too much exercise, and that can actually in a way lead you to losing muscle. Okay, and that's one of the things you don't want to happen. Okay, you don't want to lose your muscle. And what happens is when you are over exercising, you're increasing your fatigue, you're making yourself super exhausted, you're actually disrupting your hormones, especially women. We can easily have hormonal issues if we over exercise, and also you could have increased hunger and appetite, right? So you could end up eating a lot more food, and in your mind you're expecting that the more exercise I do, the more I'm burning fat, I should be like super slim, right? But why am I not seeing results, right? So a lot of times too much exercise can actually lead you to have a huge appetite and also a big hunger, and of course you want to eat a lot, right? And if you're really kind of like suppressing your appetite and not letting yourself eat, then you're only going to lead yourself into that road of possibly disordered eating, or like you may have some kind of like issues with hormones and mental health as well. I've been there. I can tell you this is not where I want everyone to go. Okay, so sometimes less is better. Okay, listen to me, less is better, but it doesn't mean that you don't do any exercise. Okay, so optimal, you take it from me, optimal exercise is better. So what is optimal? Okay, how do we define what is optimal? So optimal exercise basically is determined by um, your time. Okay, everyone's optimal exercise is different. Okay, my optimal may not be the same as yours, right? So we cannot use like one standard to measure what is optimal. But however, optimal exercise can be can be determined by the time that you have, the money you have, the desire that you have, your commitment, and also your goal. Okay, so these are some of the factors, the varying factors for what is optimal, right? And when you do get the optimal exercise, okay, what does it look like, optimal exercise? Okay, you do your exercise, you know, um, you exercise with the right intensity, right? Makes that actually can make you see progress. You can actually see that your body is getting stronger. And when you do your body composition scan with your coach, you see that your body fat is reduced. That means this exercise and intensity is working for you, right? So you're working out with the right intensity that make progress without you basically over fatiguing and over exhausting yourself. Okay, it's not too much. Okay, and also at the same time, it's keeping your hunger and your appetite in balance. You're not too hungry all the time, you're not always craving something, you feel good. Okay, and that is a sign that it's an optimal exercise. Okay, and also at the same time, you have to make sure that you still have the mental capacity to be happy, to enjoy life, and you have plenty of space and time to rest, and to socialize and to relax as well. So at the end of the day, optimal exercise looks like this: you making progress, and also you have overall enjoyment of life. Okay, I've spoken about this many times. Not optimal exercise is only when you are working out so much, you're not seeing progress, and also you are feeling miserable, you are not enjoying life. You can't go out with your friends. You can't even enjoy a glass of wine because you feel guilty about everything you eat, right? So this is not really healthy for your mind, for your mental health, right? So more is not okay, more is not necessarily better. Okay, and this is a myth, right? Sometimes you do need to do less. So my recommendation is for you to work with a coach and work out what is your optimal exercise, what is your optimal effective dosage of exercise, right? Everyone's optimal dosage is different, right? So you have to work out what is yours. And once you have the right amount once you have the right amount of the optimal exercise dosage, you will see progress. You definitely see fat burning. Okay, and then at the same time, you're happy. Okay, so these are the 5 myths that I have debunked today, and I will continue to debunk different myths. And let me know in a comment if you enjoyed today's episode, and if you would like me to make more episodes like this where I debunk, fat loss myths, or even I can even debunk like body confidence myths, right? Body positivity myths out there, right? And yes, do let me know if you guys are watching replay or if you're watching live. And I know there's quite a few of you that tune in to watch live here. So a big shout out to Mashidiso. Is that how I say name? Mashidiso from South Africa, and Teo. Okay, thank you for leaving a comment in here. And if you are watching replay, you can still use the comment to ask me anything here, right? And this is the time for you to ask me any questions you have, not only the topics I'm covering here today, but also any questions you have about body confidence, body health, and Herbalife. You can ask me here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave everybody here if I don't see any questions. Before I go, the 5 myths I debunk here today are avoid carbs, bullshit. Okay. Weight loss is fat loss. That's bullshit. No. You can spot reduce body fat. Nope. And you can eat only fat burning food to burn fat. Okay, BS2. And the last thing that I just talked about, more exercise the better to help you burn fat. Nope. All right, so I just debunk all of these here today. There's tons and tons more that I feel like I should debunk, but let me know if you guys want to keep hearing topics like this. And yes, you can reach out to me at Instagram at Authentic Energy. Yes, I'm more active on Instagram than Facebook, but if you don't have Instagram, you can also find me on Facebook at Authentic Energy. Just look for Authentic Energy. And also, I know a lot of you guys would like to work with me directly. How can you work with me? You can join my body confidence club. Okay, be one of the body confidence, goddess, and it is for women only. Okay, and when you're coming to the body confidence club, this is a very safe and supportive environment, and you will get like 100% support from me, and you will get weekly coaching from me, live coaching from me, for basically to guide you with your own journey, your own body confidence journey. So inside the body confidence club, we're not just talking about like body health, but we're also talking about how to build your mind, okay, how to elevate and manage your mind, and how to manage and elevate your energy so that you can actually be this like bulletproof, you can be this really amazing confident badass. That's the way I like to use this badass bitch, that's healthy, that's fit, that's sexy, that's confident, that's ready to conquer the world, right? And that is something I'm very passionate about, because it's not just about working on the body, but also working on your mind, and also working on your energy, your relationship with the people, and how you take on the environment, the influences around you. That is super important as well, right? And that is something that I'm advocating, right? So only focusing on the body is just one small part of the picture, but you're a wholesome being, right? You have a lot of parts of you that also need that upgrade, right? So why don't we start upgrading now? Okay. And of course, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday. We also drop a new video. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. And good to have you guys here. And I look forward to seeing some of you guys come and joining the Body Confidence Club. Okay, guys, you can find the details of Body Confidence Club in the description in below. And that's it. Okay. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye. Lots of love.